Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2022 Trinity Ball Classic. Today's final match features the second-ranked Juniata College Eagles of Huntington, Pennsylvania is where those Eagles are from. And your home team, the third-ranked Trinity University Tigers. We will introduce both teams, starting with the visitors of Juniata. Number 1, Allie Reardon. Number 4, Lacey Brown. Number 8, Courtney Williams. Number 9, Brianne Carmody. Number 11, McKenna Walker. Number 14, Mia Schubert. Number 17, Abby Tillez. Number 19, Sydney Old. And now the starters for the Eagles. Number 2, Olivia Foley, junior setter. Number 3, sophomore right side, Lily Podolon. Number 5, sophomore middle hitter, number 5, Mackenzie Coley. Junior libero, number 7, Kiona Sky Rusid Hernandez. First year outside hitter, number 10, Audrey Muth. Sophomore middle hitter, number 15, Lexi Bloss. And a junior outside hitter / defensive specialist, number 21, Kennedy Christie. Head coach for the Eagles is Heather Pavlik, assisted by Casey Dale, Austin Gutzel, and Jeremiah Burden. And now the starting lineup for your number 3 Trinity Tigers. A first-year setter from Houston, Texas, number 1, Josie Dyer. A first-year libero from the Woodlands, number 2, Cassidy McLean. A senior libero from El Paso, Texas, number 5, Nadia Kern. A senior right side from Seattle, number 9, Sarah Flynn. A junior middle blocker from Kalamazoo, Michigan, number 10, Carly Bruckheisen. A first-year outside hitter from Little Rock, number 11, Hallie Martin. A senior middle blocker from Rockwall, Texas, number 14, Brett Thornton. A sophomore setter from San Antonio, number 18, Trinity Herrera. A first-year libero from Portland, number 20, Kylie King. A sophomore libero from Tigard, Oregon, number 21, Amanda Henry. A first-year right side from Santa Monica, California, number 22, Kira Lynch. And a first-year right side from Greenville, North Carolina, number 24, Sydney Boyer. And now the starting lineup for your Tigers. Your first-year libero from San Antonio, number 3, Jenna Rodriguez. A junior middle blocker from New York, number 4, Maddie Fate. A senior setter from Calabasas, California, number 6, Marissa Amarino. A first-year outside hitter from the Woodlands, Texas, number 7, Reagan Watley. A senior middle blocker from Georgetown, Texas, number 8, Emily Ellis. A senior right side from Denver, Colorado, number 15, Sarah Williamine. And a junior outside hitter from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, number 17, Mackenzie Logan. Assistant coaches for the Tigers, Maggie Linker and Brad Bullets. Head coach for Trinity, Julie Jenkins. For the 5th time today, ladies and gentlemen.
Since, I don't know, probably June, we're going to have to get a text. Super excited to be back. I'm really looking forward to this match. So excited to be back at Cowboys Gym. Getting ready, top 5 matchup, and not another big crowd. Look at the student section already packed to capacity. So the football players out supporting ahead of your big game tomorrow. But they know that the top of the town is this Trinity volleyball team. Going into today, 5-2. Ranked number 3 in Division 3, and they get to face the number 2 squad in the nation, Juniata. Looks like it'll be Melissa Arnold back to serve. First for the Tigers.
On this Friday night in San Antonio, we are underway. And the first point will belong to Juniata. Juniata 7-0 to start this year. That one's going to land out, a close call. That's Sydney Ohl, the sophomore from Dallastown, Pennsylvania. So 1-1 early here, first set. Reagan Watley back to serve. Great block there, Ellis and Logan outside. Eagles get another shot, and it's going to be out. Tigers take the lead. Jenna Rodriguez gets to it. Amarino out to Willie. Great dig by number 2, Foley. Great block again.
Nice play there by the right side. I believe that was number 3, Willie Padoan, excuse me. Really good job being well up there not to get that second swing off. Juniata's second point.
Sky Ruset Hernandez, the junior from Rio Grande, Puerto Rico. Teams exchanging points early on. Jenna Rodriguez, the libero for the Tigers, with the great serve. And a great block. Maddie Fate, Mackenzie Logan combining there on the outside. And something you are bound to see tonight. The Tigers second in the nation in blocks per set at 2.72. Sorry, folks. Looks like we're dealing with some technical issues, trying to get it worked on, but we'll keep on going until we have it right. And who has it right? On the right side, Sarah Williamy with the kill. Sarah Flynn and Trinity Herrera coming in now for Williamy and Amarino. That classic rotation with the setters and the right sides playing 3 positions each. Dump attempt, read well by the Tigers. Rodriguez chases it down. Logan with a free ball and a dump again. This time it'll land. Foley gets it down. Trinity up 5-4 in set number 1. Reagan Watley receives the serve. Herrera to the middle, and a missed swing there by Maddie Fate. Just little off on the timing. Logan comes right back. Big swing dug by the libero, and another dump, and another point for Juniata. Olivia Foley, the second team All-American a year ago, showing a little bit of why that was. Already 2 kills for the setter. Kennedy Christie back to serve. And she's going to serve it well out. Point Trinity. Nadia Kern in for the first time. Great serve, forces them to go get it. McKenna Walker, now a free ball for the Tigers. Herrera, Flynn, point Trinity.
Trinity Tigers lineup. Laura Blockers often lining up with her right arm and then coming to the realization that they are out too far. And again, Flynn is often really successful.
Flynn leading this Tigers squad with kills, 58 of them this year. And look at her go on the block as well, something she has been working on. And look at her from Seattle, showing us why we are all glad that she is back. Another tough serve for Nadia Kern. Great touch, and Kern there for the dig. Herrera out to Watley, and Watley nearly gets it down. Free ball coming for the Tigers, and another miscommunication between Herrera and Fate will result in the Juniata point. Hoping you can still hear me here on Tiger Network. Jade Schoenberger, who we're so excited to have back, currently working on her microphone, so hope to have her back soon. Watley receives the deep serve. Herrera pushes it right back to her. Excellent swing, lands in the corner for the first-year Watley. The Eagles looked stunned on that one, didn't think it would land. But the Tigers up 9-7 in set 1. Maddie Fate back to serve, the junior from New York, New York. Foley loving that dump, nearly gets a third. Tigers able to regroup and get it over. Excellent solo block. Emily Ellis gives the Tigers a chance. And Watley puts it down. Reagan Watley already with 2 kills on just 3 swings. The first year who has been given a lot of playing time in the starting rotation for Coach Julie Jenkins, as that one lands in for Audrey Muth, the freshman on the other side for Juniata. But Coach Jenkins saying, Reagan Watley is a special talent. It is not often you will see a first year get that much playing time, especially on the outside, but she has earned it. Right here, a collision of the first years. Watley and Rodriguez will give the Eagles a free ball, but Emily Ellis right there. And Emily Ellis right there again. The super seniors combining on the right side for the block. And we knew it would be big coming into tonight, and already playing a part. 2 blocks out of their 11 points for the Tigers. Marissa now back to serve. Nearly in for Williamy. She tried to get a block of her own. Big smile on her face as she knew that one was close. Instead, Juniata pulls within 2, 11-9. Lefty serve from Ole to Kern. Amarino. Watley comes again, but a double will be called on the setter Amarino. Point for the Eagles.
Test. Mic test.
Trying to get Jade back over here. Slide for Ellis, goes with the tip. Another shot for the Tigers, this time outside for Watley. Joust at the middle. Williams.
Alrighty, guys.
Nadia
I
Kern
think
coming out of the
I'm back.
game. Jenna Rodriguez back in there. Mackenzie Logan as well. Eagles go to the middle. Tigers meet them there. Watley with a back row attack and some confusion for the Eagles. Leads to a point for the Tigers. And Jade, I think we have you back.
I think I'm back. I can't hear myself and I can't hear you very well, but I think we are all good. Hopefully you guys at home can hear me just fine. But if not, if you have my number, shoot me a text.
Big swing lands out for Juniata. They were looking for a touch at the net, but they're not going to get it.
Nice low serve from Watley. And a solo block on the right side for Logan.
Test.
Test. Test.
Big time energy here inside Calgar Gym. Again, apologies for the sound difficulty. Still trying to iron things out, but we're working through them and excited to have the Tigers playing so well early on. They're up 15-10 on Juniata and make it 16 as the Tiger block roaring. Williamy and Ellis putting on a show.
Incredible blocking thus far. You've seen Logan getting a handful of touches there on the outside, and Flynn and Willie doing their thing here on the right side. Nice deep corner shot there. A point for Juniata. The looping back, great blocking effort here by the Trinity Tigers.
That was Kennedy Christie, the junior from Saxonburg, Pennsylvania. She had 12 kills earlier today in Juniata's 5-set win over Southwestern. So look for her to be involved in this offense. Logan, great swing outside, dug by the Eagles, but a free ball opportunity. Logan right back to it, off speed this time. Crowd wanting a double, they're not going to get it. Juniata lands it in the back corner for the point.
Another great shot for Juniata in that deep corner. Had some Tigers sprawling out for it, but nonetheless, a point for the Eagles.
Reset Hernandez serves it in the net. Maybe a little rattled by this Trinity crowd. We've got it on both sides. You see it on your screen. You see one side of the student section, but there are so many football players in here that behind us an entire section has gathered. And they are making noise and will continue to do so on that service ace for Jenna Rodriguez. Rodriguez, the first year from right here in San Antonio, Antonian High School, wearing the libero jersey. Sees that one land in for the point, but Rodriguez has impressed and done enough to earn that libero jersey early on. We're so used to seeing it on number 5, Nadia Kern's back. There goes Rodriguez to Amarino. Fate just a little out to the right.
Nice aggressive swing. Always good to see her middles going up big and swinging. Unfortunate. That ball just dropped barely out on that last swing, but hopefully they run her again.
Scramble by the Tigers will lead to a free ball for Juniata. Can they take advantage? Another dump, but Watley is there. Eagles go to the middle. Tigers want a double. Instead, they'll get that one out.
Nice defensive play on both sides there, but a point for the Tigers. You can probably see it on your screen. Coach Jenkins trying to get a lift call on the Eagles there after that block. But the ball was in our favor for the Tigers. That's going to send Herrera back to serve.
Deep breath, as always, for Herrera before her serve. Foley, the slide, no touch at the net. It'll be out for Juniata. And Jade, on that last time that Foley tried the dump, I could see you kind of motion that you can't believe she keeps trying the dump. You think it's a little too much early on?
I don't know. I think there's good times and maybe not so good times for dumps, but you definitely want to test them early because if you have those opportunities, you might as well run it throughout the entire match.
Coley able to get it there, the sophomore from Norco, California. Pulls Juniata to within 5. Trinity 20-15 in set number 1. Number 3 here, Trinity against number 2, Juniata. We have been so fortunate to have top-tier matchups at CalGuard Gym. Flynn powers it past number 11, who now gets it back. Good chance for the Tigers. Herrera right back to Flynn and right back to Walker, who's doing a great job keeping it alive. And Fate says, let's take care of that.
Definitely a strong tip out of the middle. Fate seeing great success with that last swing, a strong tip down to the middle. Something that I think needs to be pointed out, though, is the defense on both sides is ridiculous. We're seeing a lot of defensive specialists and liberos hitting the floor, not letting any balls drop. And it's really resulting in these strong rallies.
Maddie Fate again says, what about those long rallies? Timeout, Juniata, as the Tigers lead by 7 and look to get off to a 1-set lead. Welcome back to Tiger Network. Hopefully you can hear a little bit of why it has been a friendly place to play here. Calgar Gym is rocking on a Friday night. Fate can't quite hold on to that 1 point for Juniata out of the timeout. Coach Pavlik figuring out her rotations here. Abby Telez coming in for Mackenzie Coley. Telez, a sophomore from Parker, Colorado. Played in 4 of the 5 sets earlier today against Southwestern. And she'll get an ace on her first serve here.
Despite that ace, we saw some good communication there right off the bat with Rodriguez and Watley. They're going to serve that same seam, and Rodriguez is going to get a pass. Watley with a great high swing to that deep corner cross court, and she will score. Stepped off. You're going to see Ellis now in the middle front for the Tigers.
Kern diving for that one, but Juniata coming out strong after the timeout, cutting the deficit to just 4. They've trailed by as many as 7, and we've seen how important set number 1 can be, a real momentum boost for the Tigers when they get it. Can they get these final 2 points? Kern looked like she wanted to let it go out, but she got a piece of it in a timeout coming for Julie Jenkins and the Tigers. But, you know, we're going to use this timeout. I think we have it figured out. I think we've settled in, so.
I can now hear myself.
Yes, let's catch our breath. Jade, welcome back. I don't think you got a proper welcome.
Thank you, Brian. Yes, super excited to be back. You guys missed me in opening weekend, but I should be here for the rest of the season. As I mentioned before, but maybe you guys couldn't hear me, Brian and I have been super duper excited for this entire season. We've been chatting about it even towards the end of this past spring, and just absolutely looking forward to the high level of play that you guys are seeing today.
And Jade, it's always so great to have your expertise here on the mic. You were here just a few years ago playing as a Tiger, and I know that you're still close to some of the players on the team. The Super Seniors played with you in the Sarahs and Emily, and I think you always enjoy coming back to see your former team.
Yeah, this has been a crazy era. I feel like time has flown by so fast. Brian and I were once announcing when there was no one in the stands. It was literally just us and the 2 teams. Here we are with an absolutely packed gym. Like you mentioned, I was a senior when some of these super seniors were freshmen, so being able to be a part of their entire journey here as a Tiger volleyball player has been awesome, and yeah, nothing but positive things to say.
We're back from the timeout called by Julie Jenkins. Crowd trying to rile the Tigers up. Kern receives it. Herrera, Flynn, down for the point.
Flynn has gotten some amazing opportunities thus far. If you've been paying close attention, she's gotten a lot of just solo block opportunities there on the right side. And she is definitely a player that you want to double block up against, as you can tell.
Reagan Watley takes care of it.
I was just about to say a tight ball, but the Tigers are all over it. That's going to push us to set 2.
Folks, we've got a flag running around the gym. The football players are making this one of the most electric crowds that we have seen, honestly, and that's pretty impressive considering just 2 weeks ago we had the Tigers take down the defending national champions. but just like we were able to reset Jade being back, I think it's only fair that we kind of reset what we have here for you today as the Tigers able to take set number 1 from the Juniata Eagles. Juniata, one of the most impressive volleyball programs at the Division III level. There have been 40 NCAA tournaments in Division III history, and you know who's been in all of them, Jade?
Let me guess. The Tigers.
Tigers have been in 26 of them, but the Juniata Eagles have been in every single NCAA tournament since its inception. They are consistently near the top of Division III, and a year ago, they were in the semifinals where they lost to the eventual champions, Wisconsin Eau Claire. The Eagles were up 2-1 in that match, and the Blue Bulls were able to come back, defeat Juniata, and eventually claim the championship. But head coach Heather Pavlik always has her Eagles ready to go. And so for us to get to host the number 2 team and a program like Juniata's, I know something that Coach Jenkins takes a lot of pride in.
Absolutely. She puts a lot of work in putting up strong matches at the beginning of the season, kind of so you can see where you line up, but also get the Tigers that experience early in the season so that they're confident going towards the end of the season.
And while Juniata is an elite program, let's not forget, Tiger fans, we are witnesses to one of the premier programs as well, the Trinity Tigers. The last 2 times that they've been able to make the NCAA quarterfinals, they have been there, going in 2019 and 2021. They have those 3 super seniors back from both of those tournament runs, some seniors that are ready to finish the deal, and they've got 8 new freshmen that are really making an impact, about 3 of them getting some heavy playing time. And so we're kind of connecting the generations here, both on the mic with you, Jade, and the super seniors, but then the first years on the court. It just shows the lasting impact that Trinity Volleyball has had across the years.
I was just about to chime in. These 8 freshmen are showing out with great confidence. It's hard for even me, and I'm sure yourself, to tell, who is a freshman, who's a sophomore, junior, senior, super senior, etc. Everyone out there looks really great, confident, and I'm excited to see where that takes them.
And to start the season, the Tigers are 5-2, but don't let those 2 losses fool you. They came to the number 1 team in the nation, Claremont Mudscripts, and to Emory, who is now number 4 in the country. And so both of those losses coming a week ago in Atlanta at the East-West Classic. But the Tigers staying up at number 3 because of the talent of those teams. They've now defeated Wisconsin Eau Claire, who was number 1 at the time, and they also defeated number 6 Barry right here in San Antonio. So they're looking for a 3rd top 10 win at home in San Antonio. We're getting ready for set number 2 here. Apologies if we repeat some things, but we're just going to pretend as if we didn't say anything in the first set, because we know that those sound difficulties made things hard for you guys at home. So set number 2 coming from Trinity, Reagan Watley. Very impressive with those 5 kills. What stood out to you, Jade?
What stood out for me was Flynn on the right side. I mentioned it a handful of times there in set 1, but she had some great opportunities up against a solo block, which, as I already mentioned, she's not the player that you want just one person out there trying to block. You definitely want to get 2 people up against Flynn, being that she's a left-handed hitter on the right side. She had, I believe, 3 kills, so she was second behind Watley, but always exciting to see Watley, a freshman, coming out and leading there at the end of set 1.
First serve comes from the lefty swing of number 19, but that's a kill from number 8 for the Tigers. Emily Ellis gets it done in the middle.
Great connection there out of the middle. Hoping to see them run Ellis back-to-back here in this next point. Nice save by Ellis. We'll see a free ball here for the Eagles, see how they use it.
That'll go for the Tigers.
That tight dig did not do them any favors. That's going to be a point for the Tigers and send Watley back to serve.
Something to keep an eye on for the Tigers, that hitting percentage up at .312. And they're going up against a Juniata team as that serve in the net for Watley. Juniata holding opponents to .026 hitting percentage. You heard that right, .026, 5th best in the nation. But the Tigers not afraid of this Juniata defense so far. Amarino goes to Logan, tip shot. Tigers will get another shot. Logan this time, back corner, dug by the Eagles. And that'll land out on the swing from Christie. So nice job by the Tigers keeping it going, even if they didn't get the cleanest looks, and they end up with the point.
A nice low serve from Rodriguez, and that'll be a point for the Tigers.
Rodriguez wearing that white libero jersey. Quite the honor for a first year here at Trinity. And you see a little bit of why. Excellent dig for Rodriguez. Lets Watley get the back row attack. Dig by Ole. And a tool off the block for Podolin. And Podolin quickly comes off right after that kill.
It's going to be McKenna Walker back to serve. A nice deep serve, but that ball is a little too long. Quick set out for the Tigers.
Here come Trinity Herrera and Sarah Flynn coming in for Marissa Amarino and Sarah Williamy. Tigers running their classic 6-2 offense. 2 setters, 6 hitters, and Herrera and Amarino sharing the duties at that setter position, and they do it well. Slide will work for Mackenzie Coley. Had 11 kills earlier this afternoon against Southwestern. Juniata tested early here in San Antonio, part of the Trinity Fall Classic, going to 5 sets against the Pirates, but they ultimately were able to pull it out. Nice look for Logan, but Russet Hernandez there, and now the tip lands for the Eagles. Kennedy Christie Jr. from Saxonburg, Pennsylvania. These Eagles out of Huntington, Pennsylvania, right in the middle of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. But that serve right behind the middle of the line. Out.
Eagles coming into set 2 quite aggressive. We've seen a couple of serves fly out the back there. That's going to send Nadia Kern back to serve for the Tigers.
Kern, the senior from El Paso, Texas. Rodriguez can't quite get to that big swing. Outside point for the Eagles. Watley has to track it down, and the Tiger is just going to give the Eagles a free ball here. Not taken advantage of.
I was just about to say a lucky and great dig by Flynn there. One-handed, she was able to get that ball back in play.
But the Eagles do take care of it. Audrey Muth on the outside.
Eagles have now tied things up at 6-6 here in set 2. And that is Coley back to serve.
Flynn fools everyone, goes off speed, and Foley couldn't get there. Great job by Sarah Flynn, who has quite the hammer, but going with a little bit of touch there.
Definitely a smart play. She had some good hang time there and was able to put a low tip across the net, leaving very little time for the Eagles to make a defensive play.
That touch off the block is going to land out for the Tigers, so point Juniata. Back and forth in set 2, 7-7, Trinity and the Eagles. Olivia Foley back to serve, had 50 assists earlier today against Southwestern. She is a machine for the Eagles. Herrera, nice job being there off the swing from Muth. Flynn rejected, keeps it alive. Hernandez pushes it out, and great block by Watley. Free ball coming for the Tigers. Kern, Herrera, Ellis. Do it again. Herrera pushes it over and pushes it down. Great persistence there for the Tigers. Didn't work the first time they had a free ball, but they weren't going to let two go to waste.
Definitely great persistence on both sides defensively. Upref giving a little bit of forgiveness in regards to the sets throughout that play. But a great motivating point, for the Tigers.
Clearly out there from Podolin. You could hear it all across the gym, the call from Amarino. And it's 9-7 Tigers. Tough shot there for Jenna Rodriguez, and you can see a smile on her face. Just couldn't dig that one from Muth, the fellow freshman who comes off the court now, replaced by the sophomore Sydney Ohl. We saw her start out the set with that lefty serve, and here she goes again. Turn there, but taken into the net. Point Tigers. A free opportunity for Podolin, but she ran into the net, and instead, Tigers in double digits.
Tough luck, definitely a great swing, and she was right there ready to put that ball back over. But getting stuck in that tape is not where you want to be.
Not in the net this time, instead, straight into the hands of Mackenzie Logan. Rough sequence for Podolin. Excellent serve for Logan. Eagles have to scramble. Now the Tigers get it back. Rodriguez down ball. Great shot. Out. Make it 3 points in a row. That Podolin has helped the Tigers out. First in the net, then a block, and then an attack air. Landing out, it'll lead to a Trinity 12-8 lead and a timeout for Juniata. We'll be right back on Tiger Network. Welcome back to Tiger Network. Juniata trying to stop this 3-0 run for the Tigers. And you look at the box score, 13 attack errors for the Eagles. Not what they want to see, especially when you're playing the Tigers on their home court. And what else do they not want to see? That ball off the top of the tape, an ace for Reagan Watley. Everything rolling the way of the Tigers, 13-8. Look at the Tiger block. It's too much. Feels automatic at this point, Jade.
The energy is definitely in the Tigers' hands. You can feel it here, and you can probably feel it even just watching over the live stream. A great side out there by the Eagles. But I would argue, or if I was a betting woman, I would say the Tigers are probably going to get a side out here shortly.
Back to serve is Kiona Sky Ruset Hernandez, a junior from Rio Grande, Puerto Rico. The All-American honorable mention cannot get this serve in.
I'll say it, I called it. Tigers with a quick side out. That's going to put them at point 15 here in set two and send Rodriguez back to serve.
You certainly did call it, Jade. It's almost as if you've seen a little bit of volleyball in your time. Touch off the block there, but it does land for a point. Lily Podolin gets some revenge after a tough sequence before that timeout. Trinity 15, Juniata 10. So we're winning that battle of the 5-point segments, Jade.
Absolutely, yep. When you can play the game in smaller increments, first to 5, first to 10, 15, etc. You can then hyper-focus on a certain part of the game rather than just the end goal.
In Trinity last weekend, they were ahead in most of those sets, even in the losses to Emory and Claremont Mudscript. So Julie Jenkins telling me this week, she was thrilled with the level of play. She thinks it was at extremely high level. Just have to clean up some errors, finish late in the game, but the Tigers playing at an elite level. And Mackenzie Logan, a big reason for that, the junior from Calgary, Canada, with the big kill there.
A great clean set from Herrera all the way on the other side of the court. She pushed that low fastball out to the outside, definitely putting her hitters in great situations to score.
Foley pushes it outside, and it's a good decision as Christie able to finish it off for the Eagles. It's a different team than we're used to for the Tigers. We got so familiar with those super seniors, Annie Rose Leggett, Avery Tuggle, always being in there, and it was pretty much the same rotation. This year, Coach Jenkins going with some new names and mixing things up constantly, but she seems to be able to find the winning formula. Foley, the slide here. Coley.
A nice high swing there.
Foley now tries it in the middle, but she's rejected again. Logan tries down the line. Great rally, ends with a Tiger block.
Definitely a great dig by number 11, Walker, here on the Eagles side. But the Tigers not going to let the Eagles have that one. That's going to be a timeout called by Juniata. Tigers are currently leading here in set 2, 18-11.
Juniata starting this year 7-0. They went 32-2 last year. Those losses coming to Johns Hopkins in the regular season, and then when it mattered most against Eau Claire in the semifinals. But Coach Pavlik saying this is still a young team that learned a lot from that run a year ago. I got to talk to her this week ahead of the match, and she said nothing can replace that experience that you get from a Final Four appearance. They were able to have some really nice debriefs, she said, after that tournament, talk about what went right, what went wrong, what could have been better, and she thinks that was really valuable for her squad that is still full of sophomores and juniors, only 3 graduating seniors from that Final Four team. And so this is a talented Juniata squad that right now Trinity is handling pretty well.
Yeah, definitely a talented and, as you noted, an experienced team. Nothing can really beat that experience, but that being said, we've mentioned it time and time again, the Tigers have a lot of freshmen on this year's squad that have come out and really fulfilled some big shoes. We're going to mention Annie Rose Leggett, Avery Tuggle throughout the entire season. Those outsides, I mean, you guys heard their names in the news pretty much after every single tournament. There were some big shoes to fill. But glad that we have seen Watley, as you've seen throughout this match thus far, kind of step up to the plate, and handfuls of other freshmen as well.
You can never really replace 2 first-team All-Americans, but the Tigers are piecing it together and look impressive early in the year, especially considering the talent that they've gone up against as the serve from Nadia Kern, a little bit too much on it out of the timeout. So Juniata trying to gain some momentum off of the timeout. They're down 6 in set number 2. Abby Telez, the sophomore from Parker, Colorado, behind the service line. And she returns with an air of her own. So Kern and Telez, a wash out of the timeout.
I was just about to say, a wash out of the timeout, 2 missed serves. And so we'll pretend like we're just joining or rejoining here with Fate back to serve.
Nice job, Tigers. Herrera tracking it down, Watley.
Strong block, and the Eagles are unable to pull that one back out of the net. That's going to send Fate back to serve once again. Oh, just kidding. She's going to sub out, and they're going to throw McLean in there.
Another first year out there, Cassidy McLean, the first year from the Woodlands, Texas. Same hometown as Reagan Watley. So it could be a special connection for years to come. And look at that serve. Look at that ace, Cassidy McLean. Her teammates love it. No smile bigger than the one of Nadia Kern. Love to see those teammates cheering each other on.
Looks like we had a communication hiccup here on the Eagles side.
McLean again. Ace.
Back to back.
It must feel pretty nice to be able to pull off someone from the bench hasn't played, and they give you two aces just like that. 22-12, Trinity with McLean, the ace master. Can she do it again? She can!
She can! 3 in a row. A freshman off the bench coming in cold and having 3 aces back to back.
She is trying to hold back the smile, McLean is. But it's like we're at a basketball game with all the threes up in the stands. This time the Eagles can receive it, and they'll finish it. Audrey Muth trying to give the Eagles just a little bit of momentum heading into set number 3. They need a massive run here if they're going to take set 2, so you just have to imagine that they want some positivity heading into the next set, and they'll look to get it with Olivia Foley. Second team All-American a year ago, received by Kern. Here comes Watley. Nice dig by Christie. Muth, top of the tape. Tigers get a shot. Rodriguez, Herrera, Ellis off speed and down. It looked like Tigers wanted it down, certainly looked down, but Watley will get 2 points off of it anyway.
Definitely a confusing end to that play. It felt like the whole gym and all of the Tigers squad thought that that ball was down, but the refs not seeing it that way. But nonetheless, a point for the Tigers. That's going to be game point for the Trinity Tigers. Current score 24-13 here in set 2.
But you've got to love that determination to finish it even after it looked like they had the point. They didn't take it for granted.
Definitely some smart playing there on the Tigers side, playing the ball throughout, like you mentioned, waiting for that whistle and being ready to put another ball down. That was Watley again, who was the last to score for the Tigers. Ball back to serve for the Eagles. Again, game point for the Tigers, up 10 here in set 2.
Great dig by Rodriguez. Watley off speed, another dig. This time Christie keeps it alive. Free ball coming. Amarino out to Willie. Sent right back to her.
Nice block by the Eagles. Some strong swinging from Watley. She's doing a great job of mixing up her shots. Coming in swinging deep and also bringing in some tips is making the Eagles guess a little bit on defense.
Out on the serve. Set 2 goes to the Tigers.
Some tough luck for the Eagles there in set 2. We saw quite a few service errors and a decent amount of hitting errors, as we mentioned at the beginning of the set. Hopefully both teams can clean up some things on both sides, and we'll see a competitive set 3.
We'll take a short break on Tiger Network during the timeout. Don't go anywhere, looking for a sweep. Trinity up 2-0 over the number 2 team in the nation. And Jade, as soon as you got a chance to look at the numbers, something immediately stood out to you. What was it?
Yeah, we're looking at the numbers here just in case you don't have these stats pulled up yourself. But the ultimate killer, unfortunately, for the Juniata team is we're talking about 16 errors in comparison to the Tigers' 4 errors just on attacking alone. If we look at serving, Juniata has had 9 errors to Trinity's 2. So that in itself is a lot of free points for the Tigers, and hopefully Juniata, the Eagles, can clean that up here in set 3, and we can see a competitive set.
You have to wonder what type of effect Juniata is feeling after winning in 5 sets, but they had to play over 2 hours earlier today, a tough match against Southwestern, and maybe feeling it a little bit here, having to come play the Trinity Tigers on their home court. Never easy, especially on tired legs.
Definitely not an easy task at the end of the day, and definitely not an easy task in this environment. Super loud here in CalGuard Gym, and hopefully equally, if not more loud, for set 3.
And what's truly delightful to see here at CalGuard Gym is not only the energy in the crowd, but the energy of the Tigers squad. They are always smiling, always laughing, even after a mistake. And Coach Jenkins pointing that out to me early in the season, saying, with 8 freshmen, she cannot believe how much this team loves each other. They have gelled really quickly, and they look up to the seniors, up to the super seniors, but they all get along extremely well. And you can see it on the court. It's just a team that truly plays with joy. And why not when you've got a first-year Reagan Watley absolutely dominating?
Coach Jenkins definitely putting a great squad together. Everyone pretty much on the same page, and that's very evident. Everyone's on the same page with one goal in mind, and that is clearly winning. Everyone with extreme confidence on the court, despite whether you're a freshman or a senior, or a super senior, excuse me. And there are no weary faces for when anyone new is coming up cold from the bench, like we saw McLean coming in with 3 aces. Having 3 aces in a match is incredible, let alone 3 back-to-back in one set. Tigers doing a great job of kicking off set 3 with a couple of points, currently leading 2-0.
Double called on Foley. It'll be a 3-0 start for the Tigers. Definitely not what Coach Pavlik wanted out of the timeout. And Marissa Amarino, the senior from Calabasas, California, a catalyst for this Tiger offense at the setter position, having a fantastic year already. And when you look at those offensive numbers, you have to look at the setter. That time it was Jenna setting it for Willie. Dump attempt, Amarino reads it. Rodriguez pushes it to Watley. Dig by Rousset Hernandez. And Watley able to dump it down for the point, making it look easy.
Some great sets by Rodriguez throughout that rally. You saw Marissa taking a couple of those first digs. Rodriguez setting both pins really clean in that last rally.
Rodriguez, excellent dig.
And
somehow keeps it alive.
Oh. Great play by Rodriguez. Some tough communication there at the net with that ball that just flew right shallow at the net.
But that's exactly what we're talking about. Look at that. Point goes against the Tigers, and yet everyone is smiling. You would never tell it went against them.
Absolutely. Great defensive play nonetheless by Rodriguez. Always good to see your libero hustling for every ball. Watley with a swing into the net. That's going to put Juniata, just 2 behind here in set 3. They've gotten a couple points here in a row. Tigers looking for a quick side out to be the first to 5.
Juniata targeting Logan lately on the serves. Free ball coming for Juniata. And they'll take it with a point. Lily Podolin, sophomore from Columbus, Ohio, led the team with 17 kills against Southwestern.
Tigers are going to push Logan back and pass with just Watley and Rodriguez. And just a little bit of a change of face there, and that's going to push Juniata, to a service error, pushing Watley back to serve.
Make it 19 errors for Juniata. Willie.
Ready at the net, as always.
Always ready. Officials looking around. Took a second, but they're calling a point for the Eagles as there was a touch at the net. Julie Jenkins didn't think so. She's out of her seat to ask about it, but it is point Juniata, so the Tigers up 6-4 with Reset Hernandez back to serve. There goes Willie again. Hernandez gets there, but a free ball now for the Tigers. Rodriguez out to Willie. Jenkins loves that swing. In the net, and Ellis and Logan were there if it went over. Point Trinity.
Looks like there was some slight hesitation by the up ref, looking for confirmation from the down ref, making sure that there was no touch on that ball. But sure enough, a swing into the net. Nice serve by Rodriguez.
Nice job by Amarino reaching that one. Willie will get a shot. This time, Amarino can't get there. Put her left hand out there. Amarino this year already 2 double-doubles with assists and digs in the double figures. She had 3 a year ago, so early in the season, she has impressed. Will be called for a double here. But the senior setter along with the sophomore Trinity Herrera, that position that is so important, learning this year early on that volleyball is about passing and setting.
Absolutely. We've seen 2 doubles calls here in set 3. I think those are the only double calls that we've seen throughout this entire match. Up ref was a little forgiving in set 1 and 2, but we may not see that here in set 3.
Here is Herrera. Herrera also from right here in San Antonio, Clark High School product. Slide for the Eagles, denied for the Tigers. Now they'll try it in the middle. Coley back to her natural position and gets the kill.
Christie back to serve, and you have Watley and Rodriguez for serve receive. Great pass by Watley.
High set there for Muth, and she took care of it. The freshman there who has impressed Coach Pavlik, saying that she has earned that playing time, works extremely hard. All of the freshmen showing up right from the get-go, but she has been one to really show up in the gym and earning every second of playing time. Double, as you said, Jade, maybe a little bit more attention being paid to it. Herrera gives the point to Juniata, who takes the lead here for the first time.
A great serve by the Eagles. Tough luck there in that back foot of the court. Tigers going to call a timeout. Juniata has climbed their way to leading here in set 3. Current score is 10-8.
strategic positioning by the football team, shifting their section behind the Juniata bench, making it hard for them to hear during the timeout. Let's see what Julie Jenkins draws up for her team, trying to rebound as the Eagles take their first lead of the set. It'll be Logan on the outside, dig. Watley, great effort, just out for Herrera as she tried to push it in.
Julie Jenkins is going to pull back Logan into the passing lineup. That's going to be Rodriguez, Watley, and Logan to pass. Your Tigers are stacked on the left-hand side, so you might see a slide from Fate.
Logan gets it. Herrera out to Flynn. Big swing, but it is dug by number 11 Walker and then finished by the freshman Youth. Juniata with their largest lead of the match.
They definitely came to play here in set 3. But might have just jinxed them. That ball flying out the back of the court with that serve. It's going to put Nadia Kern at the line to sub in and go back there to serve for Mackenzie Logan.
Nadia Kern, the current Aces leader on Trinity's roster, 100 and nearly 101. Instead, Kern gets a dig on the other end. Watley, big swing on the outside.
Great set by Herrera, pushing that ball out quick, giving Watley a great window to swing. Tigers down by 2.
There it is.
Nadia Kern.
It'll be tough to overtake Annie Rose Leggett, the all-time leader in service aces, but if anybody's going to do it, Kern is the closest. And she's brought the Tigers to within 1, a 3-0 scoring run with her behind the service line. Great dig by Herrera. Flynn gets a swing and gets it down.
Right down the line in that back corner. Some great defense by both Herrera and a great set by Rodriguez, putting Flynn in an awesome opportunity to swing there.
Just like that, 12-12. That timeout for Julie Jenkins certainly working its magic. Just behind the service line. Nearly a second ace in that rotation. Kern doing a great job to pull the Tigers back right into this set.
A strong, quick run there by Nadia Kern definitely brought them back into this set.
Muth right to Watley, and it'll land out. Point Juniata.
Strong swinging on both sides of the net. And that last swing from the Eagles definitely had some oomph to it as it just ricocheted off of Watley's platform.
Ace for Juniata, a name we have not seen at all today. Lacey Brown, the freshman from Cochranville, Pennsylvania, did not play against Southwestern at all and did not play in the first 2 sets. So Coach Pavlik trying something new, and it's working so far as a free ball coming for Juniata. Muth denied by Flynn. She'll try it again, and this time it's Fate.
There. Great solo block by Flynn. And another great opportunity taken by Fate. Tigers are down by 2.
10 blocks already for Trinity. Juniata well aware. Muth avoiding the block of Flynn and Ellis. Off speed, gets it down. But coming into tonight, we talked about Trinity, second in Division III with those 2.272 blocks per set. That'll land out. Point for Trinity. But 10 blocks already for the Tigers. It is perhaps their biggest strength. No matter the quality of the offense that they're going up against. And you wonder, Claremont, they're a pretty quality offense. Trinity put up 17 blocks against them.
Jeez. Talk about a strong block. I was just about to mention, both teams are clearly staying aggressive. We've seen quite a handful of missed serves throughout this set, and you would think that maybe one of these coaches would have their team dial it back, but no. Both teams are coming out swinging really aggressive behind that service line.
Your reaction, totally fair to those 17 blocks. That was the 9th most in Trinity history.
My brain can't even really conceptualize 19 blocks in a match.
Juniata currently, though, avoiding the block with an ace. And a nice little run for them with Sydney Ohl.
Julie Jenkins subbing in McLean for Nadia Kern here for the Tigers service eve. Nice pass from her. Ball out to the outside, and the Tigers will take that point. Now down by 3.
And an excellent job there by McLean, who comes right out. But sometimes the invisible part of a volleyball play is that pass, and she did a great job. Called in for that one play and now right back out, but she did her job.
McLean has been doing her job. She came in set 2 to serve, got 3 aces. She was subbed in here late, or mid-late, here in set 3 and did her job, got a great pass, and the Tigers definitely utilized it. That point is going to go to the Eagles. But I think we'll be seeing McLean coming in to serve and play back row when she gets back around.
Currently serving Juniata and Rusette Hernandez with the white libero jersey. Tough pass. Amarino chases it down. Down ball by Rodriguez. Ellis just gets it over. Juniata another shot.
Off the block. It's going to be a point for the Eagles. Tigers down by 5.
Juniata the first to 20. And here comes a timeout for Julie Jenkins. Her last one worked well. We'll see what she draws up here after a quick timeout on Tiger Network. Trinity down 15 to 20 here in set number 3. They pulled out the first 2 sets, and Juniata trying to keep this one going a little longer. Can Julie Jenkins get their team back? It'll be Rusette Hernandez back to serve. Watley, great pass. Amarino, slide by Ellis. Hernandez right there, though. And a kill. Christie. Defense leading to offense for the Eagles.
Definitely some strong play by that Eagles libero. She is not letting many balls touch the ground today, and also putting her offensive players in great opportunities. Tight ball here. Falling on the Eagles side, that'll be a point for the Tigers. It's going to push Rodriguez back to serve, and Fate is now middle front. Nice free ball here. And a block for the Tigers.
Even when it doesn't look pretty, they get it done. Somehow, some way, Tigers within 4. Jenna back to serve. Christie gets it past Watley and gets the point. So the Eagles going heavily here to Christie, up to 5 kills for the junior from Saxonburg, Pennsylvania. The Eagles have 2 players now in double-digit kills. Willie past the double block of Christie and Coley. Needed about 3 or 4 to block Willie.
I'm saying, nice, strong, aggressive swing. She wasn't even tight on the net. She was about like 5 feet off. Got that strong swing across and scored. Definitely putting the Tigers in a great position to pull away here in set 3.
Tough serve from Herrera. Christie will try to salvage it, and she does. Tool off the block. Christie now will take her talents to the service line.
Nice pass by Watley on that low serve. Tool off the block for Logan. Tigers will score, and just as suspected, they are going to put McLean back in to serve and play back row for Nadia Kern.
3 more aces wouldn't hurt here, Jade.
Would not hurt at all.
Won't be an ace, it'll be a point for Juniata. Audrey Muth with her team leading 15th kill. Puts the Eagles 1 point away from a set 3 win.
Eagles with a strong connection there on the outside. Tigers needing to get a couple of hands on the ball, slow that pace down. Great pass by McLean. This ball's going to Flynn.
Great read, though, by Christie, letting that swing from Flynn go over her head and out. Juniata takes set 3, and the teams will switch sides as this one goes a little bit longer than we wanted now after the Tigers took 2-0 lead. But we have more great volleyball coming up, and you see how much great action is happening during the match. We don't want to distract from that. So during this timeout, I think it's time for a little story time, Jade. You curious about why Juniata is called the Eagles, or you just think another team called the Eagles? It's that common.
Yeah, I mean, I would have just guessed, but you tell me, Brian. Tell me about the Eagles.
Well, instead of telling you why they're the Eagles, I'm going to tell you about why their eagle is called Alfie.
Alfie.
Alfie. Yes, Alfie, or also known as Alpharetta. Alpharetta the Eagle. In 2013, Juniata asked their student body to hold a contest to name their Eagle mascot that was chosen back in 1994. So for basically 20 years, they just had an eagle roaming the sidelines, but it had no name.
The nameless eagle.
The nameless eagle. And so the student body voted for Alpharetta, Alfie for short. That, you might be wondering, why Alpharetta? Well, Alpharetta is the name of a young maiden named in the 1840 pop song Blue Juniata. It was the first pop song to ever be commercially successful that was written by an American woman.
I'm connecting the dots.
Yep.
It's starting to make sense.
Marion Dick Sullivan wrote Blue Juniata, and an elementary school in Pennsylvania took such pride in that song that they named their school Alpharetta. Juniata, the college, bought that building. It is now a part of its campus, and so that name goes way back in Juniata history. And so when students were given the choice, what should we name our eagle, they chose Alpharetta.
A solid choice nonetheless, and I'm glad the eagle now has a name.
I don't know if it matches up to Leroy the Tiger, but certainly a worthy opponent. Another little component of that fun history, says that General William Sherman, as he marched his troops across the South, they would sing the tune Blue Juniata.
Huh.
So it's just a song that the North and Pennsylvania takes really to heart.
Good deal.
You never know what you're going to learn when you're looking into D3 college volleyball teams.
I was just about to say, you never know what you're going to learn sitting here with Brian.
It's just a lot of fun to be a part of all of this 7-Nation Army, Make It Zombie Nation playing in Calgar Gym as the students rock the house, getting ready for set number 4. Juniata improving their numbers, their hitting percentage up to 170 now. Trinity still pretty high, but back down a little bit closer to earth at 235. Jade, anything stand out to you, especially after that third set?
Yeah, ultimately the thing that is hurting the Eagles is those errors. You didn't see it as much in set 3, which is definitely a positive thing, but as I mentioned, going into that third set, they're still coming out, they're still going into set 4 having significant more errors than the Tigers. If we're comparing attacking errors, we're looking at Juniata with 22, Tigers below 10 with 7. And if we're looking at service errors, Juniata has 12 and the Tigers only have 3. So as I mentioned earlier, that's a lot of free points that are being given to the Tigers. We'll see if the Eagles can clean that up, and we'll see some great competition.
It's been a pretty lopsided history between Juniata and Trinity. The Eagles leading the all-time series 15-4. But the last time the two teams faced off, 2019 NCAA tournament when the Tigers beat them at Christopher Newport to keep on going, and that was on their way to that quarterfinal run. So the Tigers trying to make that record a little bit closer and extend this long home winning streak. Some confusion here with the officials as Coach Pavlik now has to talk. You see this on the bottom left of your screen. The libero, Kiona Sky Rousset Hernandez, wanting to check in. Still not figured out. We'll just keep playing Zombie Nation, I guess.
A little bit of confusion as to who is starting going into set 4 on the Eagles side. Tigers lineup looking the same.
Perhaps some of the confusion coming from the fact that we have not played a set 4 at Trinity so far. That opening weekend was magical, to say the least. 12 sets played, 12 sets won for the Tigers. So this is the first time we have to put a 4 on the scoreboard. Sydney Ohl eventually ends up being the one to serve. And here come the Tigers. Amarino to Watley. Sky right there. Willie lifts it up for Watley, but again, she is dug by Ohl. And a double going to be called on Abby Telez. We have seen the double appear in set 3 and now set 4.
Yeah, up ref maybe needing a little bit of time to wake up after lunch, but definitely with some leniency in set 1 and 2. And we're seeing doubles called here and there. Set 3 and now at the start of set 4. That ball's out and it's going to be a point for the Tigers. Tigers leading with 2 here in set 4.
Nice serve for Watley. Telez goes behind her back.
And a block by Logan.
No one fooled there.
That ball went pretty much straight down right in front of me and Brian here. And there was no way that that ball was going over.
Telez this time goes to the middle. Muth off the block of Ellis. First point for the Eagles here in set 4.
Nice low serve.
Nice touch off the block there. Keeps it alive for the Tigers. Willie from the right side. Dug by Ole. Telez out to Christie, and a tool off the block. Ruset Hernandez, a Puerto Rico native. Honorable mention All-American a year ago. Great serve, but Rodriguez, her fellow libero there, and Logan gets the kill.
Off the block, another point for the Tigers. That's going to send Rodriguez back to serve. And Fate now in middle front for the Tigers.
Telez chases it down, out to Christie, too much on it.
Good eye by Rodriguez. Tigers being the first of 5 points here in set 4. Rodriguez back to serve again.
Christie to Telez, behind her, back again. Podolin says hello to the Tiger block.
Logan and Fate waiting for that one.
It is not Lily Podolin's night. 32 swings, just 10 kills, and 11 airs. Her hitting percentage in the negatives, and here comes a free ball. Amarino, Logan. This time, Podolin wins the battle and gets the block. But the sophomore from Columbus, Ohio, mentioned she leads the team in kills, led the team earlier today in kills as well. But Trinity, the match so far, focusing on number 3. Christie down ball, can't get past the block. They'll try again. This time Coley down the line, and a point for the Eagles.
Nice quick connection there for the Eagles in the middle. Putting Walker back to serve. Tigers still leading here in set 4, but just by 2.
Tight pass, Amarino. Fate hits the hardwood. And you see right there what makes Amarino so special. The setter chasing that one nearly in the net, but able to stay just in front of it, keep it alive, and then Fate rewarding her effort with the kill. Herrera now replaces Amarino, takes her deep breath on the serve. Christie tries to go down the line. She wants a touch. She's not going to get it. And Telez, not even wasting time looking at her bench, goes right to argue with the official. You can hear the boos raining down at Calgary. Telez not satisfied. Trinity doubling up Juniata 8-4 with Herrera back to serve. Tight pass. She'll try to get it over, and Telez, to her credit, takes a lost opportunity and makes something out of nothing.
Watley getting a hand on that last play, but not able to keep the ball in play. That is Christie serving for the Eagles. A nice low float, pass by Watley.
Look at the hammer, Maddie Fate in the middle.
Probably one of the best connections that we have seen all match. That ball going right into Fate's hands, putting that ball down. That's going to send McLean back to serve for the Tigers.
So far, Fate the most efficient attacker for the Tigers. Just 7 swings, but 4 kills. Rodriguez there for the dig. McLean, Watley, Telez to Coley. Fate gets a piece of it, but it'll land for the Juniata point. For our viewers at home, might remember Maddie Fate has dominated set number 2 in the matches that we've seen. She just comes alive in that one. Maybe she's multiplying her efforts and it'll be set 4. That'll be the Maddie Fate set.
I vote keep giving her the ball. That's my vote.
It got to the point where we even nicknamed set number 2 Maddie Madness. Coach Jenkins telling me she loved it.
I'm all for Maddie Madness for the remainder of the season, set 2.
Madness getting to Lacey Brown there, who has come in just to serve and has an error on her attempt there. Trinity first to 10. And here's Maddie Madness back to serve. Tight pass to Les. Meets Herrera. McLean, Watley. Christie there behind.
Nice strong block by Flynn.
Back row attack saved by the Tigers. Herrera pushes it to the corner. Walker there. Another back row attack in the net.
Tough luck in the net. No touch on the block.
Surprised to see Christie with 2 back row attacks there. Her percentage also in the negatives currently. Long serve here from Maddie Fate. But Trinity still up 11-8 with some substitutions on the way. Podolin in for Juniata. And Fate replaced by Emily Ellis. McLean, Herrera, Watley. McLean gets hands on it. Tigers chase it down, but it'll be 4 touches.
Nice hustle by Herrera. Almost having to hurdle over her defense to try and get a touch over the net. Nonetheless, point for the Eagles. Tigers still currently leading here in set 4. Great pass by McLean. Quick set to the middle. And the Eagles are keeping this one alive.
And they'll keep the point in their favor. 3-0 run for the Eagles after the Tigers had extended their lead to 4.
Momentum definitely has drifted a little bit onto the Eagles' side here in set 4. Great pass by McLean. And Flynn is going to end that run.
We were ready, Jade. They said it to us, not sure that that's who they wanted to get it to. I didn't see much effort from you, Jade.
You know, I was just overwhelmed by that great swing by Flynn. That ball ricocheting off of the defense all the way over to us here at the scorers table. Watley swinging into that block. Juniata down by 1 here in set 4. All back to serve.
Serve from Ole brings the red flag up. Continue to harp on it. Know that we've mentioned it a ton, and you might be tired of it, but I'm sure Coach Pavlik is tired of it too. 28 airs now for Juniata.
That is over a whole set of 3 points for the Tigers. Definitely not what you want, especially in a close set here. Set 4, Tigers up by 1. But minimizing errors is definitely what both sides want to do in order to maintain momentum with this close set. Swinging out of the middle, that was Ellis. And a free ball for the Tigers. We'll see how they use it. Solo block is not going to get a touch on Logan.
And you can see Emily Ellis, a couple of big swings out of the middle that were dug, but Coach Jenkins making it a point to pump her up as she heads to the bench, loving what she's seeing from the super senior. Great dig there. Watley somehow over. Coley blocked. Willie again gets it over the net, but this time lands out. Point for the Eagles.
Great touches by the Tigers.
Walker will look to tie things up. Jump by Amarino.
That's the one, Brian. You'll hear me say it pretty much every time, but that is Brian's favorite volleyball play. The simple dump by the setter, double-handed right to the smack dab middle of the court. You used to hear us get overly joyed with Lexi Acevedo, turning that out almost one a set. Never gets old.
The original dump queen, Lexi Acevedo, knows she's been tuning in a lot, so if you're listening, Lexi, miss you out here. And Amarino hopefully making you proud.
Nice slide there by the Eagles, swinging right in between the block. Points going back and forth here in set 4. We'll see which team can string some points together and maybe pull away with set 4.
Tight pass from Watley Herrera, able to get it, and Flynn gets it on the court. What a sequence there. Herrera saving it from touching the net, and then Flynn says, thank you very much. Coley out of the middle. Mackenzie Coley, now the third Eagle in double-digit kills with her 11th. Audrey Muth leading the way with 16, Lily Podolin with 12. Meanwhile, for the Tigers, nobody in double digits quite yet, but they are spreading the wealth. 8 Tigers with kills. Reagan Watley the closest with 9.
It's going to be Lacey Brown back to serve, subbing in for the Eagles in behind the service line. Down ref making sure the scores table caught that substitution.
And the freshman is hearing it. Hopefully it's coming through on the screen as well as it is here. But this crowd is on fire. As Coach Pavlik tries to figure things out, she can't even hear the official talk to her.
I think there might be a debate in regards to how many substitutions the Eagles actually had before Lacey Brown stepped onto the court. They may in fact be out of substitutions. Not really sure, but that's going to send Coley back to serve for the Eagles. Eagles currently down by 1.
Not what the Eagles wanted. They wanted Lacey Brown serving. Instead it was Coley.
Yeah, unfortunately that delay there may have froze their own team. But with service errors on both sides, puts the Eagles again in the attacking position. Potential for an ace, we'll see.
Juniata coaches still look confused as the official again comes to the scorer's table. Now an explanation for Coach Jenkins. We normally can hear a little bit of what the officials say, but with this crowd, nearly impossible. Officials saying 9 substitutions used so far for Juniata. So we were able to hear that right in front of us. The officials saying they did make a mistake. They should have had Juniata at 8 substitutions, not 9. And so now it looks like things are figured out, and it is Abby Telez back to serve for Juniata. Trinity up 17-16 in set 4.
Potentially a good delay of game for the Tigers. with this loud crowd, just additional nerves being put onto Les's shoulders as she comes here to serve.
And another service error. It's getting to him, Jade. 2 errors in a row for the Eagles, gifting the Tigers with a couple of free points. And now comes Marissa Amarino to try to help put this one away for the Tigers. Amarino serve to Ruset Hernandez to Les, goes through the middle, and Muth responds well with a kill.
Strong swing out of the middle up against that solo block, Emily Ellis.
Amarino, Willie. Pavlik wanted a violation, not going to get it. Point still alive. Amarino this time to Watley, launches it out.
Nice idea by Watley, aiming for that deep back corner with that low set. Ball going, unfortunately, just a little bit too long. But that has been a solid go-to for her thus far. Nice pass by McLean. Ball going right back to Watley. And a free ball opportunity for the Tigers.
Christie chases it down, but here comes another free ball. Willie, Amarino, Ellis off speed, gets it to go. Emily Ellis puts Trinity back on top. The most efficient hitter in all of NCAA Division III, with her career hitting percentage of .381. She can block a little too, joins Logan. Rodriguez, excellent save. Logan, net at the net. Amarino pushes it. Hernandez right back. There's Amarino. Rodriguez, can Willie finish it? Yes, she can!
Man. Great defense on both sides, but the Tigers pulling that rally out.
Timeout on the way for Juniata. Trinity the first to 20, and they are 5 points away from a victory over the Eagles. Jade, what a match we have here.
I don't even know what to say, Brian. The rallies have been ridiculous. Both teams have come out extremely strong on defense. You saw the Juniata libero punching one almost perfectly on her last dig in that rally. But the Tigers are coming out really strong, especially with the block at the net. Not much is getting past them, at least in these last rallies, putting the Eagles in a tough position with their offense.
It's been much of a no-fly zone against the Eagles this year. Mentioned at the top, their opponents are only hitting .026. But today the Tigers have gotten to this Juniata defense. They remain at .231 as a team. Just impressive numbers against such a talented defensive squad. And we've seen Kiona Sky, Ruset Hernandez, that libero, working hard on the defensive end. She averages 6.5 digs per set, which is best in the nation, third best in the nation. And not much has gotten past her, but her teammates unable to pick up much of what isn't picked up by her. And those little openings along with the errors from Juniata putting Trinity in a prime position out of this timeout. Reagan Watley back to serve. 5 more is all it takes. There is Hernandez to Les. Muth fires it out. Put a little extra on that one.
Yeah, definitely a great option for the Eagles. They've been really successful here in set 4, running those middles really quick, but that ball unfortunately just flying out of the back of the court for them.
And here comes the
back
double.
to back. Tough luck for the Eagles, a double call, putting the Tigers in a great position here in set 4.
couldn't get out of the way there. Watley trying her best to shift her body, but Podolin gets the kill and quiets this crowd for just a moment. But it is just a moment as Rusette Hernandez hears it now. Dribbles it a little bit, taking her time. And here she goes. Watley receives it. Amarino middle to Willie. And Willie joust at the net. Now reset for both teams. Logan pushes it back. Amarino double.
Great plays on both sides. Great job by Willie with that aggressive swing and then being there tight at the net to keep that ball on the Eagles side throughout that rally.
Must be scary to see Sarah Williamy coming at you from the middle after you're so used to her on the right. But here she goes from the right, and it's sent right back to her. So Juniata responding well.
Strong block by the Eagles.
Williamy starting the season so strong, earning the SCAC Player of the Week in that first week after the tournament that we saw her dominate. She was the SCAC Tournament MVP a year ago and one of 3 super seniors back for the Tigers. Jade, you talked a little bit about it. You got to play with Sarah Williamy, Sarah Flynn, and Emily Ellis. Is it a little weird to still see them all these years later?
It is strange. Like I said, my perception of time is all out of whack. It's been great to see their full, I guess you could say, roundabout story in regards to their TUVB experience, whether that be their freshman year when I played with them to now as super seniors. Ultimately, it's great to see them back for another season. They have great experience and are truly some great go-tos for this team.
Emily Ellis in the tournament at Emory had a fantastic showing. 24 kills and 12 blocks in those 3 matches combined. Julie Jenkins telling me that her fire and her leadership that tournament impressed her the most of anything that weekend. She was really pleased to see her super senior come through in the clutch. And so combined with the play of the Sarahs, Trinity fans certainly happy that the super seniors are back. And we are back now from the timeout as well as the Trinity crowd rises to its feet as Rusette Hernandez with the serve. Rodriguez to her knees. Amarino saves it, but a down ball for Juniata. And Coley takes care of it to tie things up at 22. .40 run for the Eagles to tie it up. They're trying to force a 5th set. Meanwhile, Trinity trying to send the crowd home happy on this Friday night. Watley, Amarino, Logan tries to curl it. Christie gets enough past the block, and the Eagles out in front now, and another timeout coming for Julie Jenkins. Jade, what are you seeing right now?
Both teams are not going down with a fight. The energy is definitely in the Eagles' court as we speak, but you never know. Coming out of this timeout, we've seen a lot of missed serves, so the energy could be right back in the Tigers' hands coming out of this timeout. It's really a coin toss at this point, so we'll see.
We'll take a quick break on Tiger Network, catch our breath, and be right back. Welcome back to Tiger Network. Coach Jenkins telling me what could be improved from that weekend at Emory. Late game play and late game consistency. We'll see if the Tigers have improved from a week ago. They're down 1 in set number 4, but they'll look to pull it off in 4 instead of heading to a 5th set. But they face a tough task, a 5-0 scoring run engineered by Rusette Hernandez here, the libero. Another tough serve. Amarino sets it. Willie in the middle. Too much to handle. We hadn't seen it much all match, but lately now Willie moving from her typical right side spot to the middle, and it worked that one. Jenna Rodriguez. Willie!
That short serve putting the Tigers in a great position with that overpass. It's going to be Juniata calling a timeout here late in set 4. Tigers up by 1. Current score 24-23.
And folks, we are seeing the highest quality volleyball that you can picture in Division III. Number 2 Juniata, number 3 Trinity, and they are living up to every bit of the hype. It's just stunning to get to see this volleyball firsthand, James.
It's crazy. This environment is crazy. I can't even begin to explain. You'll probably hear me say this a bajillion times this season, but going from announcing in a gym with absolutely no one to this amazing crowd is a truly, an energy that is unmatched for a Friday evening.
Nowhere we'd rather be than right here at CalGuard Gym. A team in Juniata that has never missed the NCAA tournament. A team in Trinity that usually doesn't miss the NCAA tournament. 2 top 5 teams in this 2022 campaign, and we can see why that is. But Trinity looking for their 3rd victory over a top 10 opponent. They are 1 point away. A timeout from Heather Pavlik looking to stem the momentum, but Jenna Rodriguez, the first year, can she get it done? A smile on her face, and she talks to assistant coach Brad Bullocks, and here she goes. Watley saves it. Amarino nearly ends it there. Rodriguez saves it, but not long enough. What an effort by the Tigers there on defense. But ultimately the Eagles prevail 24-24 in set number 4. McKenna Walker back to serve.
I was just about to say great defensive outing by the Tigers despite that ball not going over. It tied the game up here at 24-24, but that being said, all smiles on the Tigers side despite that ball not going over. So we're seeing some good, strong confidence, hopefully a quick side out.
Big boom by Logan. But an even bigger boom for the Eagles. Kennedy Christie getting it done. Rodriguez, great pass. Amarino, Fate tries to just tip it over. Can they try it again? Willie down on the floor. Tied back up.
I'm sweating, Brian. This game is close. Both sides with great energy, a lot of good communication going on, but you probably can't hear it over these fans blaring into the mics. That's going to be Herrera back to the serve. Set's currently tied up at 25-25. And we'll see who takes this next point.
Great block in the middle, Fate and Logan.
A free ball here for the Tigers.
Rodriguez, Herrera, Fate. Dug by Telez. Here come the Eagles. Down ball to Rodriguez. Herrera pushes it to Logan. There is Walker. Nice dig, Rodriguez. Herrera. There we go, Flynn.
Strong opportunities by pretty much all the Tigers throughout that last rally, but Flynn being the one to put that ball to the ground. Tigers needing 1 point here to take the match.
Great dig, Herrera. Back row attack, Watley. Flynn thought it was in on the block immediately. That's how the game against Eau Claire ended, exactly like that, on a block that just barely touched the line. Thought we had it, but instead a tie game yet again. Neither team wanting to give up. Kennedy with the serve, it's long.
Definitely not the time for a missed serve. That is going to put Logan back to serve for the Tigers. 1 point needed to take the match.
Tight pass. Watley tries to get it over.
Nice high swing.
Just over the block, kept alive. Rodriguez pushes it. But again, here come the Eagles, not backing down. Brianne Carmody, the senior. We have not mentioned her name that much, but right there, getting the point and the tie for Juniata. And it is Coley back to serve. She had an error last time, and she has one again. Does not look comfortable, back to serve. And the sophomore from Norco, California heads back to the bench, and it'll be Maddie Madness.
That last serve definitely throwing the Tigers, pretty much everyone over there on their feet. Always great to get some free points late in a set like this.
Couldn't quite get the block there. Ellis tried her best all on her own.
Eagles really successful here in set 4, running the middles.
Both coaches playing a chess match back and forth, running out of substitutions. Abby Tellez, 28 all. Rodriguez, nice pass to Herrera, pushes it to Watley. Christie right there now. A push, runs out for Podolin. And she saw her error immediately. Will 30 be the magic number for the Tigers? Sarah Flynn. You never see this behind the service line. Rush the floor after another big-time victory here inside Calgar Gym.
A tough set back and forth, but the Tigers are going to come out on top for this match. 30 indeed was the magic number for the Tigers. And hopefully you can catch a glimpse of their faces on the live feed as they are ecstatic.
Letting you soak in that atmosphere a little bit. The goodbye chants raining down in San Antonio, and a crowd that is earning praise from this Tigers team. Look at how proud they are to have seen this crowd in the gym for them. You have to love it, Jade.
Absolutely. Definitely a great game to jump back in. Super exciting. Can't wait for the next one, Brian.
The Tigers getting it done all across the board. There is no one person that you can really point to because it was just spread out so evenly. No Tiger in double-digit kills. Only one in double-digit digs in Jenna Rodriguez. The two setters getting into double-digit assists, but really a well-rounded effort. Again, Sarah Williamy and Reagan Watley leading the way with 9 kills apiece. Sarah Flynn right behind with 8 kills. This Trinity offense able to keep that hitting percentage at .224 against an elite Juniata defense. And at the end, 31 errors, just too much to overcome for the Eagles.
Absolutely. I just want to give another shout out to all the freshmen that did an amazing showing in that match. You had Jenna Rodriguez as the libero for the entirety of that match. She did an amazing job. And also a shout out to McLean coming in clutch with 3 aces back-to-back. She did her job coming in and passing as well. So That's an amazing, that is an amazing showing against a tough team for some freshmen.
So, Jade, you glad to be back?
I'm really glad to be back, Brian. Absolutely.
We are thrilled to have you back on Tiger Network. Hope you fans enjoyed it as much as we did here inside the gym, trying to bring you every second and every emotion of this match. Tigers pull it out in 4 sets. The number 3 Trinity Tigers defeating the number 2 Juniata Eagles. And guess what, Jade? We're back at it tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Bright and early Saturday morning. Can't imagine a better way to wake up than with Trinity Volleyball as they host Laverne, who had quite a showing today to open this Trinity Fall Classic. So be sure to tune in right here on Tiger Network. Thank you to everyone in the control room who makes this magic happen. Thank you, Jade, for coming back from California to join us. For everyone here at Tiger Network, I'm Brian Yanselson, and have a fantastic Friday night.